What's good YouTube, and welcome to the house. Over on his channel, Zephyr Wargames has actually posted an Eternity Code box opening, and there are tons of spoilers. We have 4 of the Plunder patrols from him, as well as some rarities released. So go ahead and check that video out down below, but I'm going to organize some of these together so that we can read them off, starting with the Plunder patrols that everybody has been waiting for. Will they be booty or getting in that booty? Let's talk about it, because we don't have them all actually yet. We assume they're getting a fusion from one of these cards, which seems very freaking good by the setup, at least, that it's been given. Pride of the Plunder Patrol is a continuous trap card, and it reads, if your Plunder Patrol monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, draw 1 card. That's a bit slow for the setup that it offers in modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think many of them will be playing this, but its second effect reads, if you control a Plunder Patrol monster, you can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard and activate one of these effects. Your opponent draws 1 card, you look at their hand, and you send the card to the graveyard. So it replaces the advantage you're taking, but you get to pick and choose what you're taking. Still, the payoff isn't the most insane, but you could break up a combo or something like that. They also draw before you do rip the card, so that's kind of nice. Or look at your opponent's extra deck and send a monster to the graveyard. You do pick and choose the card that they'll be losing there. I don't think this is the best of tools, but it's also not the worst card ever printed. I'm not, going crazy gaga over this card. The next one is Golden Hair, the newest Plunder Patrol. She is a tuner, a level 4 Fiend tuner effect monster, 0 attack and 2000 defense. You can send 1 other Plunder Patrol from your hand or face up from the field to the graveyard. I think that's monster. Special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can discard 1 card, special summon this card, but you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except for Plunder Patrol. So she ends up locking you in for the recurrence that she offers, and also costs the full thing of a discard or another card to end up special summoning herself. That's give and take with how the deck works, but it's not the worst thing, especially as a tuner. The next card is Plunder Patrol Party. If you control a Plunder Patrol monster, draw cards equal to the number of equipped cards you control plus 1, then shuffle from your hand to the deck cards equal to the number of equipped cards you control. So you're going to end up getting a, card back for using this card and get to dig pretty deep. You can only use this effect of Plunder Patrol Party once per turn. If you special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from the extra deck while this card's in your graveyard, you can equip this card to that monster from the graveyard with this effect. The equipped monster gains 500 attack. So having equips are pretty nice, and of course self-sufficient in getting to dig deeper. I like this card overall for its effect, but at the same time, draw cards, you can't really complain as long as they don't have a condition like beat over a monster in order to get it. Next up, we've got Bluebeard, the Plunder Patrol Shipwright, a 500/1000 Fiend level 4 water. I'm sensing a theme here or something. If you control a Plunder Patrol monster except for Bluebeard, the Plunder Patrol Shipwright, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent from the hand or monster zone to the graveyard, you can discard 1 card, draw 1 card. You can only use each effect of Bluebeard once per turn. So hard once per turns on both effects, but it realistically gets out there very, very easy by just blip, I'm out there. So I think they will be running this card. It seems like pretty good overall for the archetype. Next up, we have what leads us to believe there is more out there, probably 2 cards left. Plunder Patrol Shipping. Fusion summon 1 Fiend Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Plunder Patrol monster you control. Equip 1 Emblem of the Plunder Patrol, which is a card we haven't seen yet, or 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your deck to the target. You can only use this effect once per turn. So going all the way from deck to target, that's pretty freaking good. Also, it's a fusion card, so we assume there's a Plunder fusion, and it lists another card called Emblem of the Plunder Patrol that we have not yet seen. So 2 more to come within spoilers. They're starting to leak out today. This is our very first look at everything going on. Also, he shows a couple of rarities from his pulls, of course. We see Machina Ultra Rare here. I believe that was the Jump exclusive. That's pretty darn good. Trap Tricks as the Xyz, the new Xyz coming out. It is going to be Ultra as well. We see Deep Sea Aria as a secret rare. Yikes, that's going to be a little bit of money, but hopefully not too much. Link Link Ross is ultra rare. AccessCode Talker Secret, you can see, oh yeah, he's excited. This is probably the money card of the set, depending on how things really line up. I expect this to be a decent amount. It is an insane card, an amazing Link 4, and it's crazy. You can't respond to cards. That never ends well. We also see from his pulls that we get him a Dolce Super, and Parallel XC is common. So one big takeaway from his pack opening, well, box opening as it were, is that I'm not seeing a new ratio lineup, and we have more secret rares and ultra rares than ever. So I think it's still looking like, if I'm not mistaken, 4 ultras a box and 2 secret rares with no rares. So we got that taken from us in order to just get cards harder to find overall, it's feeling like, unless I'm mistaken somewhere. So the ratios I'm not super happy with in terms of there's way harder to get ultras, there's harder to get secrets, can't win if everything's short printed. Yeah, we want short print in the core sets, bro, just everything shorted. So I'm not really liking that approach so far to it, but let me know what you guys think of it in the comment section down below. I do think that it's a little bit exciting, you know, to have that chance to be able to pull cards and it be fair, but like now whenever you're buying product, that means, quick maths, if you are opening up a full case of product, it is mathematically impossible to get a full playset of all the secret rares. Let that sink in for a bit. If it's 2 secrets per box, unless there's like 3 in every other box or something, maybe, you know, we haven't seen a mass opening of this yet, it will be mathematically impossible because you have 10 different secrets now, meaning in a case you're still only pulling right now 24 secret rares. So it would fix it if in every other box we have 3 secrets. Like maybe that's a thing, but I doubt it's a thing. We'll see later with confirmation as vendors open up a lot more of this. Link Ross is also going to be a very, very freaking good card. I'm happy with how the Plunder Patrols turned out, if you're wondering my opinion so far. I don't think they're like, oh my gosh, tier 0 freaking amazing, until like maybe the fusion will bring them to the next level. It is the extra deck cards that are your end game within this deck, and now that you're under the new master rule, they're going in different directions. But I feel like you got good extenders, you got draw power that re-equips. The game plan is evolving for this deck, and we'll see what the fusion is. I'm guessing it's going to be higher rarity if you didn't pull it, but then again, you don't always expect to get every single card in a single box. Again, I want to shout him out and make sure you guys go visit. This is Sutff Wargames on YouTube. He did the full box opening. Link is going to be down in the description below. So what do you guys think of Eternity Code so far? I'm looking forward to more spoilers throughout the day. I'm hoping that we see, you know, decent OCG imports. And I want to address something. Rise of the Duelist, in its initial coming out as a set, states that it's not going to have, and I'm going to pull this up for you guys, that it's not going to have TCG exclusives by how it's currently worded. That is a little bit concerning, and I still, by the wording, don't know if I buy that's how it's going to set up. So let's see why everybody's freaking out about Rise of the Duelist coming up. 20 previously unavailable cards from overseas promotions, pack-ins, and more. So overseas promotions could just be its own line, and then pack-ins and more could still be TCG exclusives. But a lot of people are running with this as no more TCG exclusives, so there's not update to Plunder Patrols. We're not going to see this or that. Plunder Patrols aren't mentioned in here. We don't really see too much. So it's interesting with this product teaser for the USA officially of Rise of the Duelist, along with the release date, I believe, given as August 7th, 2020, that TCG exclusives are not mentioned along with this. I would hate to see the end of TCG exclusives, actually. It's what deviates our formats from the OCG. Burning Abyss was such a breath of fresh air when everyone thought the Shadol takeover was imminent. I'm really happy DUEA format turned out how it did, and it's many people's favorites. I think if you take away TCG exclusives, you give away that fresh taste, the difference. And sometimes it's really missed. Dream Mirrors, killing Vendreads, like sometimes it's really freaking missed. I'm hoping Plunder Patrol here turns out. But I still want to see TCG exclusives, and they do help sell the sets. And we see here that it still adds up to 100 cards, so it's not as if this is saying that it's 20 whole cards from the OCG and imports. Well, I've been begging for more imports, but I want them in sets like Another World Superstars, or like you could use Dude 2 to bring more imports, Battles of Legends. I like my imports that way. This is pretty alarming, and I do hope that this is kind of just a weak communication and that TCG exclusives will continue. But again, what do you guys think of Eternity Code? What do you guys think of this Rise of the Duelist news that people are freaking out about? I really just hope it's a mistranslation personally. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And go check out Sutff Wargames right now and see his pack opening.